What's up, guys? It's Nick Palladino with my business partner, Ricky Gutierrez. I hope you guys are all having a great weekend so far. So today's video is going to be a Q&A with Ricky and myself. I know you guys love these videos. We had a ton of questions. I had you guys ask me these all on Instagram yesterday, and I pulled, I think, like 15. So we have the questions right here. I really am interested in, I'm really excited about this Q&A because I think Ricky and I have different perspectives on like real estate and like the timeline for real estate and stuff like that. So it'll be good to get kind of both sides of our responses to these questions. The first one actually has to do with our specific LLC. I had you guys ask us questions about like, us as business partners and just some general real estate stuff. The first one is, what are your 3 main goals this year as a business? One of my biggest goals, and I think we talked about this really recently as a partnership, is we're trying to get more into buy and hold properties, more long-term investments rather than every single property we pick up being a flip. We want to have multiple avenues and multiple approaches when we pick up properties, whether it be assigning it to you guys, other investors, or buying it and flipping it ourselves, or buying it and holding it ourselves, renting it out, build up that cash flow and long-term appreciation. That's actually my main goal, is to actually get a couple buy and hold properties. And then the other one's just to work with more of you guys as well, is one of our biggest goals, I think, too. And then what do you think for goals?
I would have to say that, well, obviously, I mean, I just want to beat the numbers that we, had for last year.
Yeah.
So year over year, I want to see better results. I want to be more involved with flips, not just with great real estate agents and investors in the area, but of course, I love doing flips with people that are just getting started.
Yeah.
The reason why is I always feel like I learn most from people that are just getting started because they tend to be more creative. And every time, I mean, we literally got sent a deal on the way here. We kind of locked in almost one and now working on another one. And literally from people that just follow me on Instagram. And that's a big goal. The second thing is Nick actually brought this up, and it's actually because we began talking to other investors in the area, and it's the idea of buy and hold, either if it's a rental and or an Airbnb. I think that would be huge for our just company, instead of us just having a solution of just being house flips, because that was our bread and butter.
Yeah.
That's what we were obsessing about. It's great, right? And it definitely is. But I feel like we became so micro-focused on that we never looked for any other solution. And what I mean by that, instead of just flipping something, we could potentially wholesale it. We can potentially turn it into a rental if it makes sense, based off of high demand areas, to make it an Airbnb, whatever the case might be. I don't want it to be like a copy and paste just for one template and one solution. We're well informed enough now that I think this is the beautiful thing about working with other people, is that we get to share ideas with them, but they also get to shed some light on their opportunities to us as well.
Yep. No, that's absolutely exactly kind of what we're going for now, is just flexibility with our business. Second one is, how many people work for you guys? It's only Ricky and I, like specifically as business partners, but we do work with a lot of people like part-time. Like we obviously have probably a crew of like 12 contractors that we work with, more so I work with specifically. And then we also work with each individual person. Like on almost every property we either have someone helping us kind of as an assistant role, or we work with you guys for a profit share, finder's fee and stuff like that. Yeah. So although it's only us two as the LLC, we work with probably 15 to 20 people every single month, just kind of subbed out.
And that sounds kind of daunting. That sounds kind of scary, because it's like, oh my God, we have 12 people. Like, however do you expect to scale to that point? I don't really view it that way. Like, obviously, if we want to scale our business, we're not going to be doing all the work ourselves. The thing that I really like about this is that, yes, not only do we try to delegate work, it's because we're trying to scale this business. So that's something that you have to take into consideration. And then on top of that, who are the people that we're working with or partnering up with? Literally, the flip that we're going to be locking up today, if everything goes according to plan, is a guy with 280 followers. And again, we can make a separate video. Ask Nick, comment down below, subscribe, direct message him if you guys want to learn more about, like, people always think that it's like we're working with huge investors or with people with huge teams. No, it's just Nick and myself. And this guy with 280 followers, nice guy, he sent me a direct message. He sent me just the listing of like, hey, I need to get rid of this. Can we make the deal happen? Now we're gonna lock it up. We made sure that the numbers made sense for both parties, and he's gonna make 10% of our net profits. I'm putting up all the money, like our company's putting up all the money. Nick's delegating all of the work. This guy's gonna shadow Nick because he wants to learn from how we do things, and he walks away with 10%. Think about that. People always think that it has to be super complicated. It doesn't. The value is where the opportunity is, right? And that's the deals. So if you have a deal, if you send us a deal, you don't have to put up a penny. Don't ever think that you do. Just send it to us, and if the numbers make sense for both parties, we'd love the opportunity to work, and make deals happen.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I mean, we hopped on a phone call with them today, and now we're working with them. It's super exciting to kind of work with people like that. This one's, as business partners, how did you guys manage your friendship outside of work? We were friends for like years before we actually really started this business, I would say. So it's been relatively easy, and we're both pretty upfront people about things. So we don't take it personally if we do have business talks and whatsoever. And then we're also very upfront with our business. Like we had like multiple conversations over the last couple of weeks that were very serious about our business, and we keep it that way, and it doesn't really spill over at all to our friendship or anything like that.
Yeah, for myself, when it comes down to like making sure that at the end of the day, you have to understand, like when you're in business to make money, right? On top of that, we started this business with lessons to be learned. There's a number of mistakes that have been made. Did we still make money? Yes, right? And that's one of the things that, like, it's all about understanding one another's intention. And I think I've always been really big on that, where Nick, is super great at overseeing a bunch of different projects and managing all of these, something that like I would never be able to do. One thing that I always like doing, and I think Nick tries to be more cautious because it's the money that I'm investing, he tries to be more concerned for my capital. And I think that's a great quality for a business partner, right? But the balance that I like to find with him on is for him to understand that, yeah, I want to be careful with my capital, but I also want to not be afraid to try new things. And although some have not paid off in the greatest return, I think with that being understood, we're always looking out for one another, but also not afraid to take the risk. And with all the flips that we've done, I think that's a big takeaway.
Next question, what type of investment is best for beginners? So that's why I think we might be on the same page for this, but everyone always wants to get into flipping right away, and there's a lot of moving parts when you go to flip a house, so it's really hard to just go straight into flipping a house. He bought his first rental, I bought my first rental first, and it's a great way to tap into the real estate market without having basically a very low risk in a sense. You don't have to have a lot of connections, you just have to have a rental property, run the numbers, find cash flow on it. So that's the easiest way, I would say, unless you're going to partner up with someone that is already in the wholesaling business or flipping business. If you're trying to do it on your own, I would say start with a rental property, start with a primary residence, because it's a lot higher risk to just go straight into flipping a house.
Yeah, I think you just have to understand the big picture, all the different moving parts, being realistic with yourself. Can you do it all yourself? And if you can't, there's nothing, it's asking like, hey, can I do Nick's job so we don't have to split profits? If I really want to put myself in that position, but then understanding how much time that's going to consume for me, and then just at the end of the day, if you're really trying to grow something, my biggest encouragement for everyone is to simply work with people more talented in areas than you are, right? So if you're really good at sourcing deals, but maybe you're not the best at presenting them or overseeing projects, then that's where your partnership is at. So, and there's nothing wrong with that being said, right? I always like encouraging Nick and kind of showcasing him like that, where he needs to understand where his values are and how amazing of a partner he is in the areas that he excels in, right? And I think as long as that is encouraged, it makes both parties feel valued.
Absolutely. Next question, how do we find our flips? The
golden question.
Yeah, I know a lot of you guys are wondering this. We have this year probably past, I would say, a 50% threshold of finding most of our leads through social media and doing some sort of JV partnership, rev split finder's fee on that, which is really, really incredible because it's such a niche like it's such a niche way to find deals, and I think we're really the only people that really do that right now in the Arizona market, which is why we've had a lot of success with it. The other one, our main one, is we work with like 2 wholesalers, one really small group of 2 guys, younger kids that we've actually been partnering up with quite a bit.
Hustlers.
Really good guys. They actually made $45,000 on us yesterday from an assignment fee, but we assigned another one and we made 20K with it. So anyways, we're all, both sides are making money. They're great kids. We're working with them on one of our flips actually right now. They wanted to shadow us, but that's one of our wholesalers. And then we have a kind of a bigger institution that we work with as well, that we have a specific guy in there that texts me deals before they get blasted out, which helps a ton. Other than that, yeah, direct to seller leads and 2 wholesalers only.
One thing that I want to branch off is, you know, what are we going to try to do different is one thing that we're trying to get into is cold calling to some degree, right? So we just paid for some data. I think it's about 50,000 numbers. And we're going to try to explore the option for, you know, getting interns and stuff like that. So again, if you're in the Arizona area, if you're good at talking to people, I can't stress this enough. First link down below, direct message Nick. And if you think that you would be good at someone, you know, just reaching out to people, trying to source deals, we'd love the opportunity to work with you.
Last question is, do your contractors give you better prices because you give them a lot of business? Not at all. We really never negotiate. Like, I know all of our contractors' prices, and we work with them not only because they're affordable, but because their timeline and quality of work. Price point used to be my biggest thing. Now it is their timeline. We have had too many times where we've had projects set back a week and a half and 2 weeks because if one contractor is not done with their job, for example, if someone's not done with the flooring, the painter can't come in until they're done. So we had a lot of, at first we had a lot of people bailing on us and stuff like that. So we're willing to pay their price if they give us the respect in terms of stay with our timeline and the quality of work stays excellent, then we're going to continue paying whatever price, not whatever price, but obviously we're not going to try to nickel and dime them if they stay, if they give us the respect that we deserve and what we need for our flips as well. So there's not a whole lot of negotiating, but I feel like we do have really good pricing for,
on top of having great prices. Again, this is not something Nick 1.5 years ago would have said at all. Within our first couple of flips, and I love this because it's all about growth. It's all about understanding the business. Nick is super frugal. You think you're frugal? No. And it got down to this, to the very like, when we were crunching down the numbers for some of our flips, I remember like one of our house flips had over $40,000 of net profit margin. And he was considering the difference of $100 sink, right? Should we go with a black sink or should we go with the stainless steel one? The black one, obviously more attractive, more appealing. And it's $100. I was like, dude, we have a spread of $40,000. Like it's not so much always about trying to nickel and dime every opportunity. And now, Nick, it's like, this is like cake work for him. Now he understands this. Now it's his bread and butter. He has a copy and paste system of what he tends to go with. But one of the things after working with Mark that he's been expanding on is also trying new things with new designs and stuff like that, which is, I think, where the creative side comes out, where, again, I'm sure that they truly do enjoy it. So that's personally, as one of the partners, that I love to see that growth.
Cool. And that was it, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. By the way, this is one of our condos in Surprise that we're selling in a week and a half from now. So closing on it. Yeah, we already have an accepted offer, so we just decided to film here today. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I mean, obviously, if you guys don't know him, his information will be down below in the description. If you guys want to follow him on social media, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube as well, all my stuff will be down there below. Be sure to drop a like and comment if you guys have any questions.
Take care.